Today I am going to speak about one question that I hear rather often. Many linguists ask why, after sending several hundred of proposals, they receive no replies from potential customers. To find out the reason and to find a solution that helps to overcome this situation, let's analyze different aspects of sending emails to potential clients. The first thing we should understand is what should happen when our proposals arrive to our potential customers. Actually, there are only three options. The first one is that a client needs some translations or language services right away. They have an instant need for language services. It can be so, especially when a translator who sends proposals has some leads, some information that this or that company requires the corresponding language services. The second situation that is more common is that the recipients of proposals decide to save them to use them in the future. And the third scenario is negative. The potential client, the addressee of our proposal, decides to delete it because they are sure that they are not going to need language services even in the future. So there is one thing we should understand. Language services are not some everyday services. So if a customer does not need some translations or other services, there is no magic way that can help us to make them order something. So basically, if we don't have any leads, we should focus on the second option. We should focus on a second scenario where when the recipients of our proposals save them and return to them later. Here we should understand that in the field of translations and language services, later means weeks or even months. So it's absolutely common situation when a potential customer decides to contact vendors of some language services in several weeks or even in several months. The second point we need to analyze is what is happening on our potential customer side at the time when our offer arrives. And here we all should understand that these people are not sitting and waiting for our offer. They have their own business, they have their own tasks, they need to take care of their own things. When our offers arrive, actually there are just a few seconds to catch their attention and just a few seconds for them to make a decision if they want to make an order, if they want to save our proposal, or if they are going to delete it and forget about it. In order to catch potential customers' attention, some language professionals decide to use catch subject lines that draw attention. Honestly, I am not a big fan of that because, as I told you before, there is no magic force that can make potential clients order translations if they do not need them. However, even what should happen even if a catch subject line draws clients' attention? Imagine you receive an email with some proposal and decide to save it, to use it in the future. After several months, you start searching for this email in your inbox. I don't think that a subject line like super cool translations will tell you something, will help you to identify the required proposal. That's why, from my point of view, it's more wise to use informative subject lines. This way, your subject line, the subject line of your proposal, is a concentrated, abbreviated summary of the whole initial email you send to your clients. However, the true key to customers' heart is the personalization of emails. And here we can, sometimes it seems that we do not have enough information, we do not know much about our about potential customers to personalize our offers. It is not so. If we turn on our inner detectives and try to analyze our potential customers' businesses, we find out a lot of leads that can be used for personalization. I use the approach that I call personalization points. So, in simple words, in every email, there are points, pieces of text that can be amended for every specific customer without changing the whole text of the email. There are several personalization points, and the ground level of personalization is the email text itself. I always encourage independent language professionals to write new proposals for every new target group of potential clients. Not to review your previous version, but to write it from scratch. The next personalization point is the right upper corner. This personalization point is often ignored by many language professionals who send their proposals to new customers. Remember that a short text, something like attention to company X, in the right upper corner of your email is the first step to personalization. Next point is the ratings. Use such wordings that create an emotional bond with your readers. Don't use formal, boring things like "Dear Sir, Madam," because, or the worst thing, "To whom it may concern." Try to find something that creates a bridge between you and your potential customers. There are many ways how you can create such bond from the first line of your text. Location. It's also important to focus. It's also one of the important personalization points. You can always use your customer's location or your own location again to create this bond, to find something in common, to explain why your location is a good option for them, maybe because of the time zone or because of the languages spoken in your area or in their area. The fourth point is the source of contacts. Also, never ignore it. Always tell your prospective clients, your contacts, how did you find them? Where did you find information about them? Where did you find their email? For many businesses, it's not only a matter of curiosity, it is important information that they use for their marketing purposes and that they analyze. And again, it attracts their attention. Reasons to contact. It can be whatever you want. You can make an assumption. Remember, at every personalization point, you should make assumptions. An assumption is better than nothing. Even if your assumption about possible grounds for cooperation is wrong, it still can provoke further communication, and our purpose is to communicate with potential customers. And there are some extra points. For example, there are language professionals with some background in other fields. So if you are familiar with the project management tools or systems used by your target clients, always point it out, because it creates one more ground for better mutual understanding. And finally, if you share their mission, their values, if you have some interests in the field where your target clients work, always point it out too, because it also shows that there is something in common between you and them. And the third part, the last part of the email is, if you want to receive an answer from your recipient, you should ask a question. Always add a call to action at the end of your emails. If you want to receive an answer, ask a question. Not as some boring question, ask something specific. If you want to if you send them some attachments, for example your CV, your presentation, some marketing promotional materials, tell them what sort of information they can find there. Motivate them to open these attachments. However, the most powerful tool is the strategy that I call gentle reminders. In simple words, it means that after sending the initial proposal to your customers, you keep communicating with them even if they don't reply. You share some portions of information with them, let's say once in 4 or 5 months, and that helps to remain in touch with prospective customers. It helps to use your database of contacts again and again. When I tell about it to freelance linguists, usually many of them start thinking of some special cases, special information to share in these gentle reminders. Actually, it's not so, because a gentle reminder can be, it is a portion of any information that can be useful for the customer. For example, you are going to have vacation. Tell your potential clients that from 1st of July till 12th of July you won't be available, and when you are back, send another gentle reminders telling them, okay, I am back to work. What are the advantages of sending gentle reminders? The first major advantage is that, as we spoke at the very beginning of this conversation, we never know when and who need translations and language services right now. Sending such updates, sending such reminders help us to increase the chances that one of them will arrive right on time when the target company or the target customer needs our services. The second point that is really important is that absolutely all clients tend to start, when they search for some type of services, they look through the vendors' proposals they received, and of course very often they start with the most recent ones. So when you send gentle reminders, you put your proposal, you renew the position of your proposal, you put you put it to upper positions in the list of emails that your clients, your potential clients, received from other vendors. What is the most important point? That you, in every gentle reminder, you provide some information about your career development, about your professional development. So it can be said that you tell your story to the potential customers, and one day when they finally need a translator into your working with your languages and in your subject fields, they open they start searching for proposals, and they find your gentle reminders, they find your initial proposal, so they have a sort of a story in their inbox about your services. And this story providing additional information, all of these build the sense of confidence in them. And it's really important, because in order to make an order, our clients should be confident that we are reliable enough to take care of their needs, to take care of their tasks.